Hello, FTC family. This is Shakira. I am back again on this Testimony Tuesday, and I just wanted to share something with you, hoping that it's going to be of some encouragement to the people of God. And just hope you guys are having a great day today. Excuse any random people that are walking by in my background because I'm on my lunch break at my regular 9 to 5. And I just wanted to take the time right now to just share this before the time got away from me today. So what I want to talk about on today is just how awesome God is to his children, especially when you pray and you give something to him, you petition him for whatever it is, and then he comes through. And I mean, comes through in a major way. It's just an awesome feeling. So recently, probably like the past maybe year or two, I have been writing down like certain petitions that I have given to God, and it's been about things that I have no idea either whether they're going to happen or not, or to the extent I want them to happen or not, but I'm just in prayer. I'm trusting in God to come through and to make it happen. And every single time he has come through and exceeded whatever the expectation was. So most recently, last week, I was invited to a gospel music awards. I had met the pastor and his wife who had been hosting it at the previous week at a pop-up shop. And they invited me to be in the other vendors to be a vendor at this event. Well, their event, the awards show, was going to be in another city in Augusta, Georgia. I'm here in Savannah, Georgia. And I was, it's kind of a coin toss because, we were just meeting them for the first time. I had never heard anything about the event. So in vendor world, when you choose to participate in certain events that you kind of have no data on whether, how the outcome is going to be, especially when it comes to how well you will do in business, you're really taking a chance. So I went home to my husband, I spoke to him about it, and I'm like, hey, this is an opportunity I have, but I don't know, if it'll really be worth it, because you got to think it was a 2-day event. We're going to have to travel. That means we're going to have to get a hotel. We're going to have to pay for gas. Gas prices at this moment were high. So it's like, is it going to make sense to go? Like, I will have to make a certain amount, of money at this event to be able to make up for the expenses paid to be there, and as well as making a profit. So it was really taking a chance. So he felt good about it. He was like, I think you should go. I think it'll be a good opportunity. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to roll with it. We're going to go. So I prayed and asked God, like, please, allow me to make. And I just gave God my specific amount of money, which would replace, what was spent to go and be, the desired profit for the event. So I prayed and I asked God, I wrote it down, and you guys, lo and behold, God showed up. He showed out for your girl. And, I don't like talking numbers specifically, but I have to talk about numbers and finances. I mean, I'm not going to get into like the exact numbers, but people need to know like the things that God can do. And sometimes you have to share a little bit more than you would be comfortable sharing, or what would be your norm, just to get the message through to people. And that's what Testimony Tuesdays are all about. I like to share my own personal experiences. Like, I'm not, granted, we have the Holy Bible, and it's holy for a reason, where we can see what happened in biblical days to people and through people. But it is awesome to share the testimonies of now, to keep the people of today's time encouraged, because sometimes, people still look at biblical times as just like a fictional thing, like, oh, these are just stories of the Bible. Like, they're real people who went through these real things. And sometimes it's hard for people to understand that and to connect with it. So that's why I share my own journey and my own stories, because I feel like people can connect with it more. So basically, it was a miracle, really, because I'm just meeting these people for the first time. I did not know what I was getting into. I didn't know what type of event this was going to be. I did not know, how many people were actually coming. And sometimes you can kind of gauge it through social media when you see how many people say that they're interested in the event or how many people say they're actually attending. But in my experience, a lot of times it's more than that, because everybody's not on social media and everybody doesn't want to indicate what they're attending on social media. So you can't really go by that. But when I say, like, we just took a leap of faith, we took a major leap of faith, and I just went out there and I just presented, my brand, my follow the calling business, my merch, networked with so many people, some of the artists, some of the other business owners there. Like, it was truly, like, not only was it financially a blessing, but it was a blessing just to see this whole event put on. Like, I had never been to an event like that before. So it was a great experience to me to see their dream and their vision come to fruition, this was the second year of them doing this. But that was a blessing within itself. So many up and coming gospel artists and dancers and rappers and singers. Like, it was just amazing. It was a great experience. And the moral of this testimony and what I want everybody to get out of is, number one, when you have something, well, first pray and ask God, is this the right thing for me to do? Because everything that you may want to do is not good. There was another vending opportunity that I was going to participate in, and I thought that, maybe it made sense. It was a lot more, money to be paid to participate in it, but it ended up like getting canceled. I had to get refunded, and I just took that as, God, what's best. You knew that this probably wasn't going to be a good atmosphere or setup or whatever for me. So I was okay with that falling through. But you just go to him and let him guide you on the type of spaces that you need to be in for your type of business, because he is going to know what's best. He knows what's on the other side of this thing that you may be so excited about doing. And then once he does guide you and give you the okay to participate, you just go out there and just do your best. You got to prepare yourself. I made sure to re-up on my merchandise. I have all of my setup items that did come within time to, get my signage together, my thank you cards, my business cards, make sure I have my price list together. In time, I learned certain things that I need to have, even as far as forms of payment. I started out only taking cash and having a fanny pack. I didn't have an actual cash box. I had to get that later. And then I started out, I would accept, Cash App only, along with the cash, but, I didn't know anything about the scannable QR code. So I created like this board that has multiple forms of payment, QR codes, so easy to accept payments that way. And in addition to that, I now have a terminal where I can accept card payments, because nothing hurts worse than someone really wanting to buy from you and they only have a debit or credit card and you can't accept it. So I said, you know what? That's not happening again. So whatever form of payment you have, except for Bitcoin or whatever, I'm able to accept it. So just being prepared. So, we got in there, everything, I did my part and I let God do the rest. So I'm still amazed at how he just never fails. And even if something looks like it's a failure, it's still a win for you, because God is on your side. So I just had to share that with you guys today, and just stay encouraged, and just know that when you seek after God, when you chase God for his heart, his desires, his will for your life, he is not going to fail you. He's going to have your back and he won't lead you wrong. So just trust in that, guys. So until next time, I love you guys. I'm going to get something to eat and I will see you next time.